344 499 1000, text to 87222. The other big news story of the day, we'll continue to take your calls about Boris and Rishi. We'll take your calls about Ukraine. A lot of protesting going on. Just Stop Oil. This is a youth-led offshoot, I would describe, of Extinction Rebellion, and is calling for the UK government to halt all new fossil fuel projects to combat climate change. Protest group Just Stop Oil has caused disruption to fuel distribution terminals across the country, which it claims has led to widespread shortages at petrol stations. Actually, personally, this morning I went to pick up the mother-in-law before I dropped her. No, I went to pick up the mother-in-law this morning, went to 2 petrol stations. It was empty. The group has taken action at 11 fuel terminals in England since the beginning of April, blockading and trespassing on sites to stop tankers entering, filling up or leaving to deliver fuel. Their spokesperson on one of them is Alex Gough. Alex, welcome to Talk Drive. How are you?
Thank you for having me, Jeremy.
Explain to me, treat me as a complete idiot. Explain to me what Just Stop Oil means, if your thing hasn't frozen, which it looks like it has. Brilliant. Great start. There you are. I love... No, wait a minute, Alex.
Just Stop Oil...
No, wait a minute, Alex. We're going to try you back because Verity's having a bit of a problem, so we'll try and get you if we can. Maybe just on the phone. Just to repeat, Just Stop Oil is a youth-led offshoot of Extinction Rebellion. Is he unfrozen? Let's try again. Alex, welcome back. How are you? Alex?
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can't see him, Dave. There's nothing on screen, Dave. That's why. There he is. He's back now. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing all right.
No wonder the youth of today want to change anything. Well, that's old gits can't make anything work. Right, explain to me what Just Stop Oil is, please.
Just Stop Oil is demanding that the UK government stop investing in new fossil fuel licences now, because last year the International Energy Agency said that if we're serious about the climate crisis, there can be no new investments in oil and gas.
Is it... Let's not talk about the climate at the moment. Let's talk about the way that your organisation is doing what it's doing. Treat me again as an idiot. This is a youth-led group, an offshoot of Extinction Rebellion. When it's described as a youth-led offshoot, why is that? Is it because the younger generation is more interested in the climate, you're saying, than the older generation? Because cynics are saying, Alex, and I want to give you the opportunity to answer, that 14, 15... How old are you, 15?
I'm 16.
Younger people do care is one side. Other people are saying that younger people are being put up so, they can't be criticised for their actions.
Yeah, well, we're doing this because we're really scared about the future, because, as the scientists are saying, we literally have no time left not to act. Like last year, Sir David King, the former chief scientific advisor to the UK government, said we have 3 to 4 years left to act, and the government are wasting this time. The government need to get a grip now and just stop new oil, because that's the first step to start to tackle the climate crisis.
So let's take the climate crisis, and let's say that you have a point. Let's just say, I know you're also protesting the UK's relationship with more polluting nations, China's use of fossil fuel, India's use of fossil fuels, the US's use of plastics. I get all of that, right? It's all very moral, it's all very great, and I'm old and you're young, and that's fantastic. Do you believe, my friend, that a way to get the British public, and I said this to Extinction Rebellion in a very calm way, do you honestly believe at 16 that the way to get people on side, to get them to listen to your concerns, to go with you in terms of what you're saying, is to blockade fuel terminals, causing people to not be able to get petrol, to put in their cars, to go to work, to drop their kids at school? Because I'm going to tell you this without sounding like an old fart, right? That's not the way you go about changing opinion. You do it with argument and debate. You don't do it with disrupting people's lives. Why are you disrupting people's lives and hoping that that will change their minds? Because there's cynicism because of that. Do you understand that?
Nothing else has worked, Jeremy.
Yeah.
For 30 years, people have been trying to do that, and it hasn't got anywhere. We're still going down the route of climate collapse. We're still investing in new oil. The government, we need to go down this route because civil resistance works. And the government needs to get a grip on this, because we don't like causing disruption and we don't like doing this. But because we're being forced into this, because the government continuously doesn't care about our futures, doesn't care about the people of this country who are dying in fuel poverty, doesn't care about the fact that we have a war in Ukraine and that's fueled by oil, a war in Yemen that's fueled by oil.
How do you get involved in something like this at 16? I want to respect you for coming on and having your say. I don't want to be seen to be criticising you. I mean, it frustrates me that that you're doing what you're doing. I get. I mean, what difference do you think we can make on a serious note when China and India will carry on as before? Why is it all about the UK? Why are you not arguing with other people?
Because my government is the UK government and the UK is a geopolitical leader, the UK can lead on this and get out of fossil fuels, and then other countries will follow, because that's how it works. Last year, Shell made £14 billion of profit out of oil and gas. And it's ridiculous. Whilst people continue to suffer in the UK, people continue to die of fuel poverty. The government needs to get a grip now, because it's so serious, and that's why I'm doing it. That's why I got involved, because I'm terrified of my future. I'm terrified. Like, I go to school and I'm doing my GCSEs right now, and every day it's like, well, maybe I won't have that future that
what do you
supposedly promised.
What do your parents say?
My parents have started to understand why I'm doing this. Yeah, but
what do they do for a living?
My dad's an architect, but this isn't the point, Jeremy. This isn't the point. The point is my future, my generation's future, and millions of people are dying right now.
Are they proud of you? Are they proud of the fact that you're sticking your head above the parapet? That's why I was asking. Are they proud of the fact that their son believes strongly in what he believes in enough to do this? Because I'm not actually against what you're arguing about. I don't like the way. No, it's not that I don't like the way you're doing it.
So why don't you get involved?
Because the way you're doing it will not affect change. Because it's very difficult, isn't it, to have a conversation, because you'll think I'm talking down to you. I'm being straight. If you want people in this country to respect you, you don't stop them going about their daily lives. I used to say this to Extinction Rebellion. You're not cool if you stick yourself to a goalpost or to a radio mic or something like that. You can say to me, but that really gets people to sit up and take notice. No, it annoys people. What you need, this is what I'm trying to say to you, right, is you want the support of the British public. If you've got the support of the British public, you can achieve anything. So I put this to you earlier, and I don't really know whether you answered it or we got lost, but your organisation has been criticised for putting up younger people. Is it because, as I said, that you are leading the way, or is this a way for your organisation to get away from being criticised, because it's harder nowadays to criticise younger people? What would you say?
There are many young people involved in this movement, people of all ages, but it is led by young people. Because it's our future at stake here. And if the government doesn't act, and the point about these like tactics is because the government doesn't respond to normal conversation. The government only responds when it pinches, when it's disrupting business as usual, because the government doesn't care about other things. People have been trying to make them care through conversation, through reasonable discussion, and they still don't come to the table. They still don't start to act. They still don't stop new oil, which is basically a no-brainer step that 99% of scientists are saying has to happen now if we want a future.
Do you believe, Alex, do you believe you and your friends will effect change?
I think it's very possible, and I think that there's been much precedent for it happening. Ordinary people are coming together to make change, and hopefully it will happen. Otherwise, we literally have no future. And that's why I implore everyone to come and get involved in this movement, because our future's literally on the stake.
Can I say to you, I've given you airtime, can I say something to you that matters to me, right? I do believe that you believe in what you're saying, but I do believe that with anything you need to get the support. And what I'm not going to say what you have to understand. Try and accept this, right? I'll tell you why people aren't happy with Just Stop Oil, shall I? Because people can't afford, right? This is it, okay? You're 16. People cannot afford to heat their houses. So when you lot are pontificating about more expensive fuel options, however good that is for the climate, and I said this repeatedly on this show.
This isn't...
No, mate, but you're not paying the heating bill. Please hear me out 1 second. I've heard you out, right? When you are talking in your world, which is probably right, about more expensive fuel options, you are not going to please the majority of people. You might feel it's a conversation you have to have, and it might well be that you're right to have it. But what you need is the British public support. That's all I'm saying. Alex Gough, thank you so much indeed for coming on. Just Stop Oil spokesperson Alex Gough. 5:15, 6 even. We have Boris Johnson. This is a statement that's just come in. Breaking news. A statement from Boris Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.